Welcome to Story Cinema. Spoilers ahead. Enjoy the story. Have a good day. And please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you. At the start, we see a woman named Jessica who is desperately looking for a place to hide in her house. She is in serious danger from her father, who has gone crazy. When he finally sees Jessica, he turns into a scary spider-like creature. Just before he can attack, Jessica wakes up and realizes it was just a nightmare. Jessica, who writes comic books, recently married Max, a musician with 2 daughters. She wanted to be a caring mother because she lost her own mom when she was young and knows how painful it is to grow up without her. The girl's real mother didn't die. She was mentally ill and put in a mental hospital. Jessica's own father, who showed up in her dreams, was also mentally unstable and hospitalized. Jessica used to visit him, but he never recognized her. Frightened by her recurring nightmares, Jessica decided to move to a new home, hoping a change of environment would help. Jessica moved back to her childhood home with Mac's family. When they arrived, she felt a sense of relief. While exploring, she found an old camera with videos of her childhood. Watching these videos made her happy and surprised since she couldn't remember any of it. Max said, "Well, you were only 5 then. Kids that age often forget things. Your mom died and your dad went mad, so you had to leave and live with your grandmother." Jessica hoped that the new home would make her stepdaughters happy, as they had never known their real mother. Their lives had been troubled because their mother once burned Alice's hand, leaving a lasting scar. One day, Alice asked Jessica if they could play hide and seek. Even though Jessica was busy, she agreed. Alice hid in the basement, and while Jessica was looking for her, she got a call from her boss and got distracted. Meanwhile, Alice found a small door in the basement that opened by itself, revealing a teddy bear. Alice took the teddy and left the basement, and the door shut behind her. When Jessica remembered she was supposed to be finding Alice, she went to Alice's room. Alice, now playing with her new teddy named Chauncey, wasn't interested in continuing the game. Jessica thought it was odd, but figured it was just a child's imagination. Outside, Alice's sister was taking pictures for social media and saw an old woman in the background of one photo. Startled, she looked around but saw no one. A neighbor, Tyler, approached her and tried to chat, but Jessica told him to stay away from her daughter. This made Tyler dislike Jessica, thinking she wasn't a real mother. That night, Jessica and Max were happy because Alice seemed to be settling in well and making friends with her daddy. They thought Alice's imaginary world was normal for a child, though Jessica kept a close eye on her. One day, Alice read one of Jessica's comic books to Chauncey and suggested a story where the hero and villain become friends. This gave Jessica new ideas for her comic book. Jessica was excited about these new ideas and texted Max to tell him about the progress in her story. While walking, she noticed someone playing with the ball she had made for Alice. Going to the basement to investigate, she found the ball with a sad face and old drawings of hers on the walls, including one with "never ever" written on it. While checking Alice's room, Jessica overheard a conversation between Alice and Chauncey. Alice had been given tasks by Chauncey, including making a happy face on the ball. Jessica was worried and noticed Alice was acting strangely, like collecting insects in a jar for Chauncey. Later, Max left for another city for a concert. At the farewell, Alice saw the old woman from the photo. The woman revealed she knew about Jessica's imaginary friend from when she was young. Shocked, Jessica learned that this woman had been studying creatures that feed on children's imagination. Some of these creatures were not evil, but used children's imagination for their benefit. And if a child tried to escape, the creatures would become hostile. Jessica realized that the creature from her childhood, which her father had fought off, was now targeting Alice. Desperate, Jessica went to the hospital to get her father's advice. Although her father usually didn't respond, he suddenly reacted violently, shouting about a vision he had seen, which led to his mental breakdown. Jessica was deeply troubled but left the hospital feeling uneasy. Back home, Alice's behavior became more strange, and Jessica decided to call a psychiatrist. During the session, the psychiatrist revealed a shocking truth. Chauncey and the teddy bear were just figments of Alice's imagination. There was no real entity. Both Alice and Jessica were dealing with mental issues. Although Jessica was initially skeptical, she noticed the recurring never-ever theme in the psychiatrist's explanation, which connected to her childhood. Determined to help Alice, Jessica started following the instructions on the basement walls. As she completed the tasks, a door to the imaginary world opened. Jessica and Tyler found Alice painting a door on the wall, as Chauncey had instructed. Before they could reach Alice, she disappeared into the door. They searched the house and called the police, but Alice was nowhere to be found. The old woman revealed that Jessica's childhood imaginary friend was similar to Alice. She had studied creatures that prey on children's imagination, realizing they fed on and sometimes trapped children. Jessica had escaped the entity's hold when she was young, but now it had targeted Alice. Jessica tried to save Alice by completing the task from the basement, similar to those from her own childhood. She found the items and did the rituals, but couldn't finish the lost task. As a result, the door to the other world opened, and chaos ensued. Tyler and Jessica rushed through the door to find Alice, while the old woman was excited to finally reach the imaginary world she had studied for years. Inside the imaginary world, Jessica saw a screen showing her father's lost effort to save her. He had sacrificed his sight to protect her. Overwhelmed, Jessica realized the true nature of the entity and its hold over her. Jessica and Tyler made a door to escape with Alice's help. Before they could leave, Chauncey appeared in his monstrous form. Jessica sacrificed herself to trap Tyler and Alice in the real world, while she faced Chauncey alone. She managed to escape, close the door, and destroy it by setting it on fire. After the fire, Jessica, Tyler, and Alice found shelter in a hotel. They were safe for now, but Jessica saw Chauncey in the hands of another child. Realizing the entity was still out there, haunting children's imagination. The film ends on this eerie note, suggesting that the entity's influence continues, and that's where the movie ends. Please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you.